All right, guys. Well, welcome to Poducer, the podcast for producers. Thank you for listening. Today we're joined by Joe from the GoodBus.
What's up? How we doing?
Poducer.
My name's Joe from the GoodBus, also part of a duo called GoodSex. The GoodBus is the vehicle that allows us to put, our friends up on at stages and at festivals where they normally wouldn't be able to, or, they should. They deserve it. And, we're just the bus drivers.
Just the bus drivers. So, how did the GoodBus start? What was the start? What was the idea?
Honestly, and I hate to start a statement this way, but this one time at Burning Man, I was really tired, so I decided to stay in one night, and I was sitting kind of just like overlooking the playa, kind of overwatching everything. And, there's they call them monster vehicles or, like different types of mutant vehicles. And one of them was a bus, and it was as simple as a bus with a roof on it. And they had speakers facing out of the windows and all this sort of stuff, and everyone was having a really good time. And I was like, there's a lot of buses, and I think I could probably make a stage out of this, and we can bring it to a festival for way cheaper than a stage would be to build. And then I would be in charge of who would play, and we could bring all of our homies on, and we could travel around in it and bring it to festivals and live out of it. And, it just like all made sense.
Yeah. How many times have you been to Burning Man?
6.
Okay.
6. Yeah.
Seasoned, I'd say. So, the GoodBus, I want to go into the motto. What is the motto of the GoodBus? What is the intention?
So, we want to, basically bring what is scarce to and bring abundance to it. So, that's generally speaking, but specifically, we want to promote healthy living, loving, and being. Healthy living being physical health, loving being sexual health, consent, and being the most important, I think, mental health, which without mental health, we can't have the other two. And so I think being aware of the third and not it being in an order of importance is also important.
And that makes sense. You're also, just a fun little fact for people, you're also a trained health. What would be the proper term?
Well, I'm a registered nurse. With the state of Illinois, I have a bachelor's of science in nursing. I'm currently in grad school to get my CSN license. So I'm a school nurse by trade. I'm employed as a school nurse. Just work in the ICU at Northwestern. I worked at Rush in the medical ICU, surgical ICU. I did all that. Night shift, 12 hours, 12-hour shifts and all that. But you get to a point where you kind of want to retire but still work, and school nursing is that move. So you get to promote the health and wellness before the patient becomes sick with whatever I took care of in the hospital. So if I can get to them while they're young and teach them about yoga and mental health and awareness and just eat green food and drink more water, then they won't end up in the hospital needing surgery or needing ICU care. Which I spent the first 5 years of my career taking care of those types of people, and it's sad. And if they would have just known, that was the commonality amongst them all, was they just didn't know. They didn't know they were supposed to eat this. They didn't know they were supposed to do workout or stretch and all these things. And it's why don't we just start from the get-go?
Yeah, preventative. I feel like a thing for you is health is wealth, right? And that's something that you're doing with the GoodBus as well. So, also, living on the GoodBus, how does that go? What are the essentials? You gotta have gas. What are some flaws of living on the bus?
Well, okay, so to be perfect, I don't live on the bus, although I am currently living on the bus at this festival.
We're at Electric Forest.
Yeah, we're at Electric Forest 2024 for some reference. But I have lived on the bus for the longest period. I think it was 3 weeks, where we did Firefly, Camp Visco, and then back to Electric Forest. And it was kind of this long thing. It's not an RV. I think that's what the most important thing is, that it has the shocks of a school bus. So it's bouncy as all hell. And so you hit it's not something while you're driving, you're like, feel like a dog in a car for the first time, like, always like you're going to fall over. But once you get where you're going, and if you can get where you're going with it, because it is a school bus that's been around for a while, over 100,000 miles, I think we're at. Yeah. So if we can get where we're going, then living at a festival is a breeze. It sleeps 7 people. We have a deep freezer. We have an espresso machine this year, coffee grinder.
A lot of amenities. Let's go over amenities.
Yeah, I mean, microwave, espresso, the air fryer, I think this year really brought and paired with the deep freezer well, because then it opens up the door for like restaurant quality food and at just minutes.
Yeah. Air fryers are nice. So what's like goal? Like what are like your lofty ambitions with the bus?
So this year we actually are partnered up with Star Events of Chicago, and the city of Chicago and the Chamber of Commerce of Chicago to bring house music and this element to the streets of Fulton Market, which is crazy because it's actually one of my neighborhoods. I own a condo in Fulton Market and rent to one of our friends, Zenas, who's here tonight running stage. But he and I are residents of the neighborhood in which we get to throw this block party. And so we're bringing the bus there. We park it up on Green and Fulton and get to book like the locals of the city of Chicago to bring house music to the cobblestone streets of Fulton Market that are full of restaurants, so that they can close off the streets and open up the patios and let all the tables like scatter the streets like Italy almost. I feel like you're in a European market,
So that's the next quest right now.
That's the current quest, which is
current quest.
Right. And so at this, we're able to promote this mental, physical, and loving health to people of all ages. It opens up our doors to a market that isn't just festival goers, where I think the bus was brought first, was where it was needed most, was to teach and educate the late night partiers that you need to drink water and eat some food if you want to keep doing this. You need to get some sleep if you want to keep doing this. And if you want it, if you want to think about it as a marathon and not a sprint, to go with that age-old kind of metaphor. But so we in 2018 when we brought the bus here, we were passing food out of the windows and making sure people had water by sending people out with platters of water at sunrise and things like that. And wow, oh my God, if I drink a glass of water, I have all this energy that I didn't know I had just because I'm hydrating from the inside out. And so I think being able to do that in Chicago on the city streets to people, we have little kids spinning, hula hoops, to old people dancing and sitting at their tables drinking wine. And it really warms my heart to be able to be a nurse for that wide of a group of people, and especially in my own neighborhood. So it's a true gift.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, dude, the good bus. It's good vibes. Why is the bus white?
All right. Well, the bus is white for the main reason that we want to projection map on it. Honestly, that's where the idea came from. I wish there was something more meaningful to it. But if you want to draw meaning from it, the bus is whatever you want it to be. And the good bus is, while good for me might be, I want a red bus. And good for you is a blue bus. But that's okay. We can make it red one night. We can make it blue the other night. And so it's good for everyone. And so the white allows us a canvas to project whatever message we want to align with, whatever colors we feel that evening, whatever vibe we want to match. And it's just, it's a little difficult to keep clean, but it's worth it for the art.
It's the blank canvas theory that you can do whatever you want with it from there.
We really just couldn't pick one color, honestly.
Yeah. Well, white's a good one.
Also, as far as temperature goes, it reflects heat. It's really nice. Yeah, I'd have to say,
if the bus was black, it would be sucking up all the heat.
It's hot enough as it is, honestly. Yeah, but the canvas theory is really, that's the official theory.
Okay, gotcha. So, just a fun little question that I ask all of my people that I have on the podcast is, what was your first concert?
Concerts. Holy shit. It's had to be somewhere in the Fall Out Boy era.
Oh, nice.
But it wasn't. It was Taking Back Sunday.
Sick.
Or no, Coheed and Cambria at the Vic Theater.
Oh, dude.
Yes. I remember the big wig, and it was just like, we were expecting. Is your first time hearing live music. It's so real and so organic and different than when the album that you listened to over and over and over as a kid, and that was magic for me. But his voice was not the same as it was on the album, but it was definitely still magic. Yeah, Coheed and Cambria, Big Theater.
Cody and Cameron, dude, I love that era of music. But yeah, I feel like it's hard to replicate the voice on, like, live. You know what I mean?
I think that carries true to social media. Like, you're seeing a highlight reel. When you listen to an album, you're listening to them like that, the best of the best. And like, sometimes that's great for a purist. But you have to remember that real life is organic. Real life is make mistakes. To quote, the Magic School Bus, like, you got to make mistakes.
Dude, we got to end it there with the quote of the Magic School Bus. That's fucking phenomenal. Yo, dude, well, thank you so much for joining us, man.
Thank you for having me.
Dude, of course. Thank you for providing good vibes. Straight up.
You are those good vibes.
Thank you, man. All right, guys. Well, thank you for listening. We'll catch you next time.